Dungeons & Dragons 50th Anniversary Edition Secret Lair. The conversation today about how well this product sold, what players need to know going forward about Secret Lairs, and what Wizards of the Coast has just learned about you, their consumer. Even before we begin today, I feel like I'm in a play by Shakespeare. To consume or not to consume? That is the question. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here. Thank you again for hanging out with me on my channel today as we discuss Dungeons & Dragons 50th Anniversary Secret Lair. Now, this product caught a lot of attention. A lot of players were honing in on the idea of such iconic artwork, so many great imagery cards coming up, and a lot of basic cards players are going to utilize, which of course meant there was going to be a lot of sales. Now, when you're thinking about how the last few Secret Lairs have gone, when we start lining up the past couple of Secret Lairs, and that's including things like Monty Python, they sold out pretty quickly for the most part. A lot of these things sold out, and it left players wondering what's going on. The secondary market speculators are making a killing on these. I still wanted to buy them, and now I can't get my hands on them. So then we had, of course, the Dungeons & Dragons announcement. I myself was super excited for the one particular one, the Exhibition of Adventure, and I couldn't, I was dying to get one. I had talked to a friend. I said, can you put this together for me? It's like a Christmas gift idea thing. And away we went. We did a video. We talked about it. We wondered how many were going to be on the market, how many speculators were going to come into this market and buy a multitude of them, and was it all going to sell out? Well, that's where the conversation is going to take us today, and by the end of it, you're also going to see, in my opinion, what Wizards of the Coast is doing to entice you as a player, where things are going down the pathway. So first, let's take a look at these Secret Lairs. Let's take a look at if they sold out or not. So first, I want to share with you guys Karlach's Rage. Now, this one here is foil, non-foil, completely sold out. No longer available. So if you didn't get one now, you're not getting one. It's gone, it's done, right? Or is it? We'll get there. Now, of course, for our next one here, we have Asterion's Thirst. I probably pronounced that horribly. Don't hold mispronunciations against Moxman. It's the way it's going to be. This one, again, also sold out. I know some friends who wanted to buy this one. They kind of like the artwork, and there was some decent cards inside these ones that was going to find a home in Commander, okay? Some great cards. But here's where things get interesting. When you take a look here at Death in the Eyes of the Beholder 2, okay? $29.99. I'm just showing you the version here, and you can see here, non-foil, and it's not sold out, okay? And then if we jump over to our next one, you can see again that it's not sold out, and that is Death in the Eyes of the Beholder 1. So number 2, number 1, neither one is sold out. If we go to the one that the Moxman was most excited about, an Exhibition of Adventure, foil, non-foil, is not sold out. Now, on the surface, you would think, hey, that's great, they're still available, they're around. But that also means there's probably too many printed, which is unusual, because if you think about things in the last couple of Secret Lairs, we have had multiple sellout Secret Lairs. These haven't sold out, and it's now been a couple of days. I waited to see how long it would take to sell out, and the fact they haven't sold out tells us a lot of information as consumers of these products. Number one, the price had the product moving on all of these. So the price was right. Players were willing to bite and take the bait at the price point Wizards of the Coast offered these products. The artwork was on point. I know that from all the subreddits and groups talking about how excited they were for a lot of these cards, including things on my email as well as my Discord. So that was all great. Good to see the artwork. A lot of players were interested in the cards. Fantastic. Now, would you have thought that the Exhibition of Adventure would have sold out right away? Because I sure did. I thought it would definitely be sold out. And I have friends who bought like 5 of them. A couple for speculation in the future. And they're still not sold out. So what do you think happened? Well, you're probably right. You don't need me to recap this for you. They increased the print runs. They saw what's been happening. They saw that they've been leaving money on the table, which Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro don't want to do. They increased the print runs again. And they said they would do this. They said they'll try to market it where they think their products will sell, and they'll do an initial print run, and they also reserve the right to reprint things to bring them back around again if they sell out too much, which means if it's too popular, they're probably going to reprint it somewhere sooner rather than later. Maybe some other super drop or some kind of combination thing a year from now, 2 years from now, or even a few months from now. You never know with what Wizards of the Coast is thinking, but they are looking at the cash on the table. And the fact that some of the products sold out and some didn't does tell me there was a massive increase in some of these print runs, to the point where I know people got multiple ones who haven't bought any. They bought multiple, and before they've bought none, and it still didn't sell out. And how many other people are in the same boat? Now, it doesn't mean that these secret layers are worthless. You probably bought them because you love the artwork, and the artwork is somewhere that Wizards of the Coast seems to be excelling. The idea of a repeat offender card. This card already exists on paper. It has the same wording. See, I'm writing air words for you, air quotes. We have the words on paper. Faithless Looting, been reprinted lots. But you give me a D&D adventure card like that, and even the Moxman bites. Hitting the right IP with the right artwork, the right context of a card, kind of fitting nicely together in a nice package, arouses a certain level of nostalgia or excitement, anticipation, and we buy the card. Even if they're not worth a lot of money, it draws us in that those are the versions we're going to use. It's almost as if you're blinging out your particular version of how you want something to look by offering all these alternate versions of the same card. And it doesn't cost them anything other than maybe some artwork, unless they own it, which is in the case of the D&D ones. They own most of this artwork for the original Exhibition of Adventure stuff, I'm sure. So this is fascinating to me to see how far players are willing to go. Now, Wizards of the Coast is going to learn from what just happened. They know you now as a consumer, although you're going to bite on stuff. Maybe the ones that sold out weren't the ones they thought were going to sell out. Maybe those ones are something else they thought were going to sell. Maybe they thought the Exhibition of Adventure, Beholder 1, Beholder 2 were going to be the ones that sold out the quickest. And maybe the other two were the ones they thought weren't. You see, it's not a perfect picture for them. It never is. They're taking guesses. Best estimates based on the last sales. They're going to go back and they're going to look at how many of the Exhibition Adventure, how many of the Beholder 1 and 2 are left, and that will be course corrected in future sets of Secret Lair, different versions, different types, based on what they've learned. See, the marketing game never ends. And how products are received is always going to be ever changing. And you're basically trying to chase down a moving bullseye, which is why to consume or not to consume really depends on what you're showing us. Sometimes the great card that you give us is going to draw us in. Other times, the epic artwork you add to a card is going to draw us in. And they are trying to find that fine line of a direct line to your wallet without making you angry, with you wanting to be accepting of what they've done for you. And the price tag, the artwork, the type of card chosen, all these things have to kind of fit into some range of our brains that allow us to buy the card, accept it, maybe even cherish it and say, this is amazing. Like, I am looking forward to getting those cards at Christmas. I can't wait. I'm super excited. And I'm sure many of you guys are too, which leads us down the path of what they are learning about your spending habits. Because as much as they'd like to think that they know exactly how you're going to spend, I'll be honest with you, they don't. It is ever changing based on so many other factors that they can't get it right. They'll pretend they can. The marketing guys will talk and act and be boisterous and assured of themselves that this is what the consumers want and this is how it's going to be. But when you look back at all the times they've messed up in the last couple of years and how products went completely south and did nothing for us because either the cards were too weak, the feel of the cards was wrong, or the power levels didn't adjust to what we were expecting, that's where we are. And that's where they fail to realize that although the D&D went well, although things like Monty Python sell out, it may not be that way next time. And I think that is something we need to keep them on toe with. We need to make sure that they are never assured of what we're going to buy. So I think it's fantastic. I know a lot of you guys will be happy with the extra print run because it means if you miss the date that they put this up, it didn't sell out. You're going to get a chance to go and still buy it. And the other ones that did sell out, it was still up for a few hours, which means most people who were looking for it managed to get their copies and be happy with it. And then I'm sure there's still a lot of speculators out there who will try to dump product onto the market about 3 to 6 months from now. Now, did you guys buy any of these Secret Lairs? I know a lot of my friends actually picked up a few of these just because the cards were great and they really liked the artwork, but I can't wait to see what you guys tell me by the end of this video in the comment sections. If you make it this far, Did you wait in line? How did your queue go? Was it a smooth transaction? How many and which ones did you buy? That's what I'd like to know. That's what I want you to share with the channel. Because by the end of this year, with the new way of them doing secret layers going forward, they want to keep the print runs tight. They don't want to have a lot of overstock that they have to dispose of or worry about in the warehouse. At the same time, they don't want complaints that it sold out so fast that, number one, Hasbro's going to tell them they left money on the table. Or two, the players felt they didn't even get a chance to buy it, which is their secondary concern. It's not their primary. The primary is the money on the table. Always remember that. They're a business, they're a company. And because these cards already exist and they're just reprints of reprints of reprints of reprints, it's okay to them to somehow bring this back around. A lot of players associate the secondary market value of secret layers that's gone up in the last couple of years to be like, oh, it's like a pseudo reserve list. No, it's not. Okay? They could reprint these cards at any time. Anytime they see fit. They could do a 5-year drop where it's every secret layer from the last 5 years condensed into like a big file box for like $1,000. Remember, it's a company. They want money. They will find ways of getting into your wallet. But that's not for today. That's definitely another tale of the tape for some future thing. You guys let me know. Do you agree with the way they've been doing the secret layers? Do you disagree? Did you buy any or did you skip? And which secret layer was your favorite this year? I'd love to hear it. Guys, thanks again for hanging out with me today on the channel. A reminder, if you enjoyed today's content, to like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notification bell. I do put out new content every single day. And of course, shop smart, shop S-Mart. I will see you guys tomorrow, of course, with another video. And a big shout out and thank you to the fantastic patrons of my channel. Because of these patrons, that's right guys, we get daily content every single day. I'm putting stuff out, you guys get to watch it, we get to talk about it, it's amazing. But it is because of my patrons. It is because of the YouTube membership members, the supporters of the channel, that daily content like this is made possible. So don't forget that. Thanks again, and of course, I will see you guys tomorrow with another video. Here we are. Wait. I got coffee. Now, I'll be honest, guys. I wasn't sure when I saw them still for sale how I felt about extra stock sitting on the market, that it's still available and that it didn't sell out. I think if Wizards of the Coast had been a little bit more savvy, they would have pulled it down, told everyone it was sold out within about an hour or two after the other ones. Now, I understand from a marketing perspective, they might leave some money on the table, but they're trying to build, I think, the exclusivity of products like this to make you want to stand in line because it may actually sell out. And I think they should be encouraging that if they were there. I'm not saying for me personally, but from a company point of view, if that's what you're going for, you need to encourage that. You got to drag things and pull things down and just say it's not available. And then you could put a restock up and say, hey, you know what, due to fan demand, we're going to put a limited number of units up in a later date. You could do that later on as like a special thing to say thank you for the year, whatever. I don't care how they do it. I don't care if they do it, but they got to make it look like everything's sold out. And again, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it didn't sell it at all. Maybe they're just saying it's sold out. Maybe this is all a trick play. Maybe I'm in the Matrix. Oh, wait. That's why I call this the Ramble Jamble. You never know what's going to happen. Ramble in the Jamble. Oh, I'm not done. Don't worry. You see, when I look at secret layers, from a company point of view, it's a direct line of cash. Skipping everything from distributor, right from, sorry, not even distributor, I guess right from the factory floor to Wizards, out to you, the consumer, okay? And when you see that money coming in, it's easy money, right? It's easy money. That artwork grabs people. It grabbed me. You think if they didn't do a Robotech one, I wouldn't buy multiple? Or if they gave me an actual Army of Darkness, a full board, whole bunch of new cards and stuff, there's certain things that are going to get people. The question is the audience large enough to warrant that type of creation? And I think Wizards of the Coast is honing in on a lot of these things. And they've realized how much they can tap into and what people are willing to pay. And they have so much IP to go through, not only their own stuff, but across other IPs they can still license, that this is going to go on for a long time. It's going to be really successful. A lot of happy players, a very happy company, and happy shareholders. So everyone wins. Except for your LGS. I still think it should go to the LGS, by the way. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here with the Mox, man. I'm going back to my coffee. And I got to make a seafood Alfredo for the wife and the kids. So I'm out of here. Have a great one.